Hi everyone, it's Simon Killing here at weatherweb.net on Thursday the 19th of June. Thanks again for watching. Just got all eyes focused on the end of next week now for the potential for some more mixed weather coming in. And this could be the first of a couple of breakdowns heading into the early part of July, although confidence is still relatively low, but it seems to be fitting our patterns now. This is the NAO forecast for the next 14 days. It's the blue line that we're following through here. And you see that gradual increase, look, getting into negative territory, having been, into positive territory. No, it's not. It's getting into neutral territory. For goodness sake, Simon, go on, sort yourself out. Getting into neutral territory, having been negative for some time, which is why we've got the anticyclone over the top of us, or it's a result of the anticyclone over the top of us. What's interesting is that we're coming up into this negative sign here. So it's trying to get those westerlies back in. They're not showing signs of being particularly strong. Remember, this is from the GFS ensemble, but just interesting, it's picking up on that idea. ECMWF looking like this. It is the more bullish of the models. This is the 26th. So this is the forecast for next Thursday. And what it shows, look, is the trough just coming into the western parts of the UK overnight, Thursday into Friday. Bit of a thundery low developing here across southern areas as well. And then by midnight on Saturday, so this is, no it's not, this is midnight Friday, we've got the trough having moved its way eastwards, taking some outbreaks of rain with it, so that rain coming through Thursday, according to the ECMWF, well, I think that's a bit quick, but never mind, you know, it's kind of hinting at it. And showing quite a feature out here, look, in the Atlantic, we've got frontal systems through here, we've got another little open wave low here, trough coming in, that all heading in this direction. It all points towards becoming more unsettled at the weekend, especially through Scotland, with some periods of rain there as the low pressures move through. The ridge is kind of just holding on in the south, so probably southern England does stay on the dry side, although even here couldn't rule out a risk of some showery rain, particularly if we get those weak fronts coming through. But certainly the northern two-thirds of the country do look as if they become more unsettled. And of course, as well as unsettled, we've also got, well, sorry, I should really say that as well as the fronts there, we've also got the jet stream, which is coming in across the Atlantic through here. So we haven't seen it over the top of us quite like that for a while, and it's certainly looking a bit of a strong feature there if the ECMWF came true. Models are struggling a little bit, but they're all following the same sort of trend now. This is the plot of models going out to the 29th of June, and they're all pretty close, look, with pressure. This pressure, by the way, is for Liverpool, so we stay with pretty high pressure here, look, all the way through until this sort of point, so until we get into the 25th. So up until, when are we, next Wednesday, heading into Thursday. And then look what happens. The red is the ECMWF, so that really does pull in low pressure. As I say, it's the bearish of all of them. The Canadian ensemble just gradually reduces pressure off, look. The GFS takes pressure down as well. So there's this kind of downward trending pressure being pointed to by all the models. The question is just how unsettled would it become? How dramatic would this change be? But I think what we have to take from this is the idea that more mixed weather looks to be on its way at the end of next week into the weekend. I think we're probably in for perhaps 4 or 5 days worth of mixed weather, and then I think we may well see pressure start to build after that, heading into the early part of July. So interesting to see our forecast kind of starting to be fulfilled here, and the ideas that we had starting to come true. What we've got to look for, of course, through July was that idea of perhaps 5 or 6 fine days at the start of the month, but then sort of collapsing away as the month progresses with a kind of trough over the top of us, as we saw yesterday on this map from the JMA for the whole of July. Remember, there's that trough look through the British Isles during the course of July. So something we've got to watch, because that don't look particularly very nice. But of course, we'll keep you updated right the way through here at weatherweb.net. We've been advising private clients for some time about the possibility of July going into a bit of a more unsettled month, and advising them about how we see things progressing through August, September, October and into November. If you're interested in becoming a private client, whether you're an individual farmer right the way through to multinational companies, just get in touch with us. Use the contact form at the top of the page, and be delighted to talk to you about some of the services we offer. We can just tailor them to perfectly suit your needs. And we're a friendly bunch, and we like to think of customers. I know it sounds cliched, doesn't it? But we like to think of customers as friends as well, and we kind of develop products around what they need. So get in touch if you need to. You can follow us on weatherweb.net. Obviously, all our musings are on there. You can follow us on Twitter as well, at WXWeb. But whatever you're doing for now, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Keep the sun shining, and bye for now.